Now I'm fired up, folks. Welcome back to Freedom Link Radio. This is Joe Joseph here, along with my co-host, Gwen Caldwell. John King will be here at the top of the hour. Now, let's talk about what I was just saying before the break. The 9/11 Truth Movement is a good snapshot as to why we don't get anything accomplished. We try, believe it or not. I mean, as a movement, I hate to call it movements, but let me just say this. So you got Dr. Judy Wood. You got the architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. You've got other people out there trying to push these different theories, these different set of facts, different packages of information out to the public. When the Revolutionary War began, this is what happened. You had, let's just say, Hamiltonian Federalists, right? Hamiltonian Federalists believed in big government, a strong central government. They believed in central banking, everything that we pretty much have now. That's what they believed in. That's what the Federalists held dear. Then you had the Democratic Republicans. The Democratic Republicans were your Jeffersonians, the people that said, oh, hell no, we want a limited form of government. We just fought against, or we are fighting against a big empire. We want to get out of there. We don't want central banking, because when you put the bankers in charge, this is what happens, right? So you have these different schools of thought. But you know what they said at the end of the day? They said, well, you know what? We know what the common enemy is. The common enemy is the British Empire. We need to get them the hell out of here. So they said, well, you know, let's put our differences aside. Let's kick these guys, this empire's butt, send them packing, and then we'll deal with the differences afterwards. And what is the thing about the 9/11 Truth? What is it that we're trying to get to? A new investigation. That's what we want. We want a new investigation that says, you know what, this old investigation, the quote-unquote report, 9/11 report, was a bunch of bull, and we want the truth to actually come out. So what we have to do is put our differences aside and say, you know, okay, you got Judy Wood, you got the architects and engineers, you got everybody else. Let's get together. Let's put all our weight behind this thing and let's push it forward and get it. And then once the investigation goes forward, then you worry about what caused it or how it went down or who was involved. But you have to get there first. You can't put the cart before the horse. Everything that we do in this country is like that. And we have this selfishness that's about us. It says, oh, well, you know, my information's better than yours, and this and that and everything else. And it doesn't mean that this person's bad or that person's bad or everything else. But what it does is it causes people to lose focus, and then you create factions within this whole quote unquote movement, and that's what happens, and that's why everything's so splintered. The only way to get people together is to see through that. You have to see through that, and you have to unite and say, look, we're going to tackle the issue, the main issue. We're going to get to the end game. And then after that, then we'll debate, and then we'll go through this kind of stuff, and then we'll see who's BSing or not. But until then, we have to work together to achieve this goal. And that's what we're dealing with now. Don't you think, Gwen?
Yes, and you know, that has been the divide and conquer. I call it the colonial divide and conquer mentality. They have used that so strategically, it's almost like a surgical incision. They're always telling us who our enemy is so that they can divide and conquer us. And we allow them to do this without...
That's right.
We don't even question it. And another, you know, I'd like to make a point about what you're saying about the coming together on things. Obama's birth certificate. Oh, you're a 9/11 truther. Oh, you're a birther. You're this. You know, they're always giving you some little, box that they can put you in to minimize you and, keep you there, where they can keep an eye on you. But what I'd like to say is that Obama's eligibility to be the president of the United States, not the corporation United States, but the government of the United States, he It has nothing to do with the birth certificate. That birth certificate issue is nothing but a big, giant distraction. He is not eligible. He is not a natural-born citizen. It doesn't matter where the hell he was born. He's not naturalized because his father was Kenyan, and he's a subject of the British Crown. Period. End of subject. Who gives a damn about the birth certificate? He doesn't belong there.
John King cares about the birth certificate.
Well, actually, no, I don't. I don't really give a rat's rear end about too much, because what's the sense in knowing if nobody's going to do anything? What's the sense in knowing that the planes that traveled and hit the Twin Towers on 9/11 was an inside job? Who really gives a about it if nobody's willing to do anything about it? It really doesn't matter. It's like knowing that you're going to die, but nobody gives a rat's.
Right, but that's the problem, John. Here's the problem with that. People do care. They do care, but
no, they don't.
They know. Yes, they do. And here's the reason. Here's what happens, though, is they know how to divide people. So they say, well, you know what? These people believe in this. These people believe in that. You're black. You're white. You're middle income. You're low income. They'll find whatever way it is to divide you. You're Christian. You're Muslim. Anything that they can do to grab onto something that they can divide the populace with, they're going to do it. You know?
That's true.
Yep. And that's it. And go ahead, Gwen.
Well, they have used that for 500 years very effectively, and they're not going to bail out on something that has proven to be the very best tool that they've got. You know, they're not going to do that. What I don't get is why people don't stop and question it. Why don't they question why the Muslims are my enemy? Why don't they question why the Democrats are my enemy? Why don't they question why the Tea Party's my enemy? Why do they just go why do they just go along with whoever the lamestream media and the public fool system programs us to believe our enemies are? It is to keep us separated, because if we all come together, we put our differences aside and we all come to the table with what we have in common, and we make a common and collective effort, which is why they're so damn afraid of the alternative media, because it gives us a forum to do that, where we're not judging anybody for anything. We're just trying to get the information out. But they can't control us that way. And
it sounded like somebody. It sounded like somebody just hit John King over the head with a salad bowl. Or either that, or he smashed his. Maybe he's so frustrated right now he bashed his head in with a salad bowl. What do you think, John? Are you okay?
Yes, my wife just fed the family pet.
Holy moly, man! Do something about that microphone.
I told you I turned my gain up.
No, it's the. Anyway, you're absolutely right, Gwen. And, you know, like the Eastwatch said in the chat room, you know, there aren't enough – people aren't critical thinkers enough anymore to ask those questions. And, you know, people lack the personal responsibility now. Every time that somebody has to answer for one of their decisions, they pass the buck. They point the finger the other way. You know, they don't ever take responsibilities for their own actions. You know, Americans themselves don't say, you know what, wow, we screwed up. We were asleep at the wheel. Now it's time to take action. It's time to take control. They don't do that. You know, you hear people like us on the radio, and you see the people that write the articles and everything like that. You may find them at the Tea Party rallies. And to be quite honest with you, a lot of Americans, a lot of the middle class love the fact that they're starting to be able to voice themselves, you know. But it's not enough unless we say we got to do this together, regardless of our differences, you know. And that's just it. If we don't and we remain splintered, forget it. Because let me tell you, the powers that be are not splintered when it comes to advancing their agenda.
No,
and they're
not.
doing a very good job of doing it. And it's not a lot of people. Yeah, it's not a lot of people.
This is the other thing that is so mind-boggling to me. We have 535 congressional representatives, and there's 300 how many million of us?
That's right.
And they're doing what to us? They're doing what to our economy? They're doing what to our freedom? Their jackboot thugs are kicking in whose door and shooting what veteran? You got to be kidding me. Come on,
folks,
people, wake up.
Folks, on the other side of the hour, we got the King's Court coming up. Visit the Intel Hub, theintelhub.com. They're having a fundraiser drive right now. So please donate if you can to the Intel Hub. Great news organization. And I'll tell you what, they deserve every penny for what they do. They don't make a lot of money, believe me, when they do this. It's all about the news and getting the word out. So go to theintelhub.com and donate $1 or $2 if you can to those guys over there. But we'll be right back, folks, after the news. Stay tuned. This is Freedom Link Radio. Don't go away.
We are the one.